Are you looking for something new to play? Something that's fun, different than what you've experienced before? Something that is deep with a lot of systems in play that will let you sink your teeth into? Well, then Supervive is the game for you. For context, Supervive is a mobile battle royale game made by a small team of former ex Valorant and League of Legends developers. For context, me personally, I have never at any point been a fan of MOBA games. I didn't like League of Legends, I didn't like Smite 2, and the only real MOBA game that I have mild interest in is Deadlock, and that's not even out of alpha yet. Yet somehow I find myself crazily addicted to Supervive. Now, Supervive is a battle royale game at heart, but uses MOBA elements fused into it. Essentially, the way the game works is you have a variety of characters across different roles, similar to that of a hero shooter. And instead of dropping into the map, looting up, and then being the sole team to survive, so Supervive, the way it works is instead of looting up, you are trying to actually level up and get stronger. While looting is still an integral part of the game, as there are items to collect that augment your build, the key cog here for this game is to actually level up your character, and you level up your character like you would in a MOBA game by taking PvP engagements or killing the PvE mobs that surround the map to help level up your character. And then you would then collect gold, and you would and then use that gold to purchase items or loot bodies, vaults, and any enemy that you lay waste in your path to get stronger and have different items to augment the build that you have. So it is a mixture of MOBA and Battle Royale put together. That's the core concept of Supervive, and it's played from a top-down perspective, not like a traditional MOBA or a traditional Battle Royale where it's like a third person or first person. It really is a fusion of the two. Now, what this means, however, is that Supervive does have a lot of depth in terms of the characters and the skills that the characters have on top of the builds that you can make with your character. So that means a very deep learning curve. Thankfully, Supervive comes equipped with a very deep tutorial that really goes over all the elements that you need to know on how to play the game. The game features also a duos mode, a squad mode, and if you're not really keen on Battle Royale, it even has a 4v4 arena mode. All of this comes together as one nice package that is free to play. You also have a full-fledged progression system where you unlock cosmetics as well as the characters if you choose to. You can also choose to purchase the Founders Pack, which will unlock all the characters right away. There are loadout customizations where you can customize what glider you have, the skin for each character, and all of that good stuff. There is a career tab where it tracks all of your previous matches and all the stats that you need. The game comes fully equipped for you to dive in and have a fun, casual experience with friends or a competitive experience with the game's ranked mode. Of course, being a free-to-play game, you also have your traditional in-game shop where you buy coins and you buy Vive points. Now, the system that's in place here is identical to Valorant, so if you're familiar with Valorant, you'll know this. You have one currency, which is meant to make all your purchases, and then you have another currency, which is required to upgrade the skin in order to get all levels or the level that you choose to equip for that skin. While the prices themselves are on the more, I don't want to use the word greedy, but it is the standard of games like Valorant and Overwatch and things of that nature. So there are pricey, but again, these are our cosmetic skins and they are optional. They do not have any impact on the gameplay whatsoever, but they are there. When the game if it officially starts its season 0 and season 1, you'll get the, of course, battle passes with all the cosmetics. The game already has a roadmap laid out for it. In terms of visuals, the game looks absolutely fantastic. It runs fantastic. I experienced essentially no bugs or glitches in my experience of playing it. Audio is good. The character, the way the controls feel really good. As opposed to a MOBA game, this game you use WASD to move your character around, and you're using your mouse as your look to aim and shoot at a distance. Everything here is on point and top tier quality. And that's the key. Everything here is made with tender love and care, and it's shown throughout the entire experience. As I said at the top of this review, I am not a fan of MOBA games. I'm also not particularly a big fan of battle royales. While I do enjoy battle royales occasionally, I'm more of a tactical shooter type of person. That being said, Supervive is the most fun I've had in a multiplayer game in years. I mean years. The last time I got giddy about a game release and being excited to play it the moment I got off a game session was when Overwatch launched in 2016. That's how good this game is in my opinion. Every time I play it, every time I stop playing it to go do important adult things, all I can think about is jumping back on. When's the next time I'm going to jump back on? Because the game is so much fun and it's a blast to play. There is currently no announcement of a console release thus far. The game does not have controller support, but it is on the list of things to add. It is made by a smaller team, so who knows if and when that happens. I'm personally hoping for controller support sooner than later so the game could play on the Steam Deck. But overall, what's here is a fantastic experience through and through. It is an absolute blast to play. Now, are there any negatives? Do I see any negatives to the game thus far in my experience? And the answer is, for the most part, no. Polish-wise, it's there. Game balance, there is a balancing issue, particularly with Hudson and particularly in duos. Hudson is a very strong character in the moment. While in squads, he is manageable to play against. He still feels oppressive, but he is manageable because you're in a squad. But when you're playing duos, he is OP. He is literally overpowered. You pretty much can't do anything against him in a duos match. However, because it is game balance, it is fixable, and the dev team is already aware and working on potential nerfs for Hudson himself. The other issue that I've had with the game is particularly with the in-game shop. And it's not so much with the prices of the items, but rather the lack of information. Because the only way you can know what the prices are and how much it's going to cost to level up is if you go into the Hunters tab and look at the skin individually. Whereas when you go to the store, it will tell you, here's the skin, here's the upgrades, but it doesn't tell you how much it costs or how much money you're going to need. So people may mistakenly buy a skin, not realizing how expensive it is to upgrade it and things of that nature. So a little more transparency in that regard would be great. But these two issues that I've experienced are minor issues at that. None of it which plagues the actual game experience for the most part. As I said, Hudson is overpowered, but that's the nature of hero type games. You're always going to have one patch, this character is strong, and another patch, that character is weak. It's just the nature of the type of game that these are. But outside of that, there's no glaring issues that I have come across. It's fun. It's addicting. There's a lot of deep systems. There's a lot of deep ways that you can play the game. Yes, there is a learning curve here, but a game comes built in with a nice tutorial to get you through it. Overall, I'm absolutely loving this game. And there is very little reason to not give this game a chance. It is free to play. It is a blast to play. I can't stop playing it. Supervive has been one of the best multiplayer experiences I've played in years. It is very good, very fun, lots of level of depth here that keeps the game highly replayable. We all know how battle royales are with the randomness of it, but when you compound that with the fact that you have characters and you level up these characters, and then there's items that you can choose to augment a build for your character, this is all great things. And the best part is, it's still early access. It's not even officially launched yet. This is an early access build. This is very, very similar to a Hades 2 situation, where, in my opinion, I view Hades 2 as a Game of the Year contender had it been officially released. But since it's an early access, it doesn't qualify. I feel like Supervive would be in Game of the Year conversation if it was officially released. But since it's an early access, it doesn't qualify. Supervive, in my opinion, is a very, very good game. I have a blast to play it. I have little to no complaints about this game. You gotta check it out. It's a lot of fun. Whether you are a Battle Royale fan or a MOBA fan, or maybe not even a fan of either, you could play this game, especially with some friends, and have a blast playing. That's how good it is. So even though it's an early access, my early access score for Supervive is a masterpiece. It's a 10 out of 10 in my books. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.